The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. The wise find pleasure in water, the virtuous find pleasure in hills. The wise are active, the virtuous are tranquil. The wise are joyful, the virtuous are long-lived. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. To be wrong is nothing unless you remember it afterwards. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The wise man does not lay up his own treasures. The more he gives to others, the more he has for his own. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. The best fighter is never angry. When you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it, this is knowledge. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Study the past if you would define the future. The superior man is distressed by the limitations of his ability. He is not distressed by the fact that men do not recognize the ability that he has. A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, "We did it ourselves." Silence is a source of great strength. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. The more we do, the more we can do. A man who has committed a mistake and doesn't correct it is committing another mistake. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. The cautious seldom err. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not is a fool for life. The wise find pleasure in understanding. Fools find pleasure in entertainment. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. He who would rule must first learn to serve. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. Great acts are made up of small deeds. Be content with what you have, rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. The more prohibitions you have, the less virtuous people will be. Try to make people moral, and you lay the groundwork for vice. A leader is best when people barely know he exists. When his work is done, his aim fulfilled, they will say, "We did it ourselves." If you want to know your past, look into your present conditions. If you want to know your future, look into your present actions. The journey is the reward. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. A wise man makes his own decisions, an ignorant man follows public opinion. The greater the difficulty, the greater the glory. When anger rises, think of the consequences. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. He who knows others is wise, he who knows himself is enlightened. At the center of your being you have the answer, you know who you are and you know what you want. The beginning of wisdom is to call things by their proper name. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute, the man who does not is a fool for life. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. It does not matter how tall you are, but how well you stand tall. The wise adapt themselves to circumstances as water molds itself to the pitcher. If you want to know what a man is like, look at his friends. The wise man knows that he knows nothing. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. A book holds a house of gold.